This episode of the Accounting Insiders podcast is brought to you in part by Xero. Xero is a powerful cloud accounting software that improves efficiencies across your practice. With all client data stored on a single unified ledger, you and your clients can easily access and collaborate on the same set of books. Xero's advisor tools and automation solutions reduce time-consuming manual tasks and put data entry on autopilot. Work faster and more efficiently than ever before with Xero. Visit xero.com/accounting insiders to learn more. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Accounting Insiders podcast. My name is Gary DeHart. I am the host of the Accounting Insiders podcast and the publisher of Insightful Accountant. And my guest today is Carlos Lopez, EA, as you can see on his name right there, if you're watching this on YouTube or as video. Carlos is I always forget to ask people titles, but I'm going to say that Carlos is the founder of Latino Tax Pro and their event, the Latino Tax Fest. So did I get that right, Carlos?
You sure did, Gary.
All right, great. Well, thanks for taking a few minutes here.
Oh, you bet.
And so what I'm doing, as we were talking kind of off screen, I'm basically doing a series of podcasts around the events in the profession. Because there's a lot of events. I'm not doing all of them. I think I've got about 5 or 6 that are on my list that I want to cover. And yours is certainly one of them. And yours is one that I've participated in the past when I did some consulting work with Canon. Seems like a while ago now, which is unfortunate because it was a great event. So give us just a little bit of your background and then tell us about the Latino Tax Pro, what that's all about, and then tell us about, then we'll dive deep on the event.
Sure. Thanks, Gary. And it's been fun knowing you. I think we've known each other for 10 or 12 years now.
It's pushing on to that. Yep.
It is. And you've been out to our offices, so you know what we're doing out here.
Same place? Still in the same place?
Same place. Yeah, we just paid off the building. So yeah, we're going to be here for a while.
We're never moving.
That's how long we've been here. So yeah, I'm an enrolled agent. I'm enrolled in practice before the IRS. I've been doing that since 83. And then we decided in 2000 to expand our business and open up branch offices. And then in 07, we decided to start an education company, bilingual, so that we could train not just regular tax preparers, but those that were struggling with English, and Spanish was their primary language. So besides, we were teaching our preparers anyway, so we just converted that to more of a national platform. And then we started attending the IRS tax forums and started
exhibiting there?
Exhibiting at the forums, which I recommend to anyone who wants to get into the tax industry. Start with them because they hold 5 or 6 all around the country during the year. And it's a great way to meet other people interested in this tax business.
Yeah, and they're big events and they produce a lot of content and they're pretty inexpensive, right?
Yeah, they are. They're inexpensive. Of course, all you're going to get is training. At our fest, where we decided to make it an infusion of fun, entertainment, and learning.
Yes, so, and you do a great job of that. Before we dive into that, though, a little bit more on is Latino Tax Pro, is it an association?
It's an association of members.
Okay.
And we're a for-profit, and our members join us so they can get continuing education hours that have been approved by the IRS, NASBA, which is the CPA provider, and with CTEC, which is a California provider. So all of our continuing education is approved by all 3 entities that approve ours, and they're all in bilingual English and Spanish.
And you also, I wasn't intending to go too far down the road of Latino Tax Pro, but I think it's important because I was on the website, and again, I've had some exposure over the years to what you guys do, but it's also like on your website, one of your big boxes is like for VIP members, right? Unlimited amount of 1040 questions.
Right.
And so you're a help desk too then.
Yeah, we are. And that's a big part of our business. We used to do it by telephone. You could call in, and if you had to, you could wait in a queue. But we had a few people that decided that they would misrepresent what we told them. And
Oh,
then when they would get in trouble with the IRS, well, we heard it from Latino Tax
they
Pro.
told us. Yeah.
They told us. So we had
Oh,
to switch
yeah.
it to, you have to ask for it in writing and we'll send it back in writing.
Oh, well, there you go.
It
Wow.
seems to have stopped all that.
Amazing when there's a paper trail, right?
Right.
So I've only seen this. I probably should be a little more familiar with this just because of what I do, but layoffs at the IRS, or at least are underway. Is that impacting like that phone desk or not phone desk now, but I guess it's
The help desk.
chat, yeah, the help desk.
Yeah, it is. It's hoping to increase the sales too of our VIP membership so that you can call in and ask your questions. Yeah, they laid off, I think it's 7,000 employees.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a lot right at tax season too. Like that's a terrible timing.
Yeah.
I don't know what I don't want to get into politics, but that to me, that one doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah, I just hope we don't get back into COVID days where
Right.
everything gets put in a trailer out in a parking lot somewhere.
Right. Or in the lime cave, right, with all the
Yeah,
all the
lime
retirement
caves.
people. So
Yeah,
all right. So if people want to learn more about the association or the training side, it's latinotaxpro.com, right?
that's right.
Okay, great. Anything else on that you would like to share before we dive into the event?
Well, if you're looking for anything that we have from beginners all the way to advanced classes. So if you want to start in the tax business, we have a training, complete modules for you to learn how to run this business. We also have new this year business programs to help you learn with how to, like we have time management, we have anger management. People laugh, but you know what? We sell a lot of those.
Well, a lot of people
Leadership.
mad about having to pay taxes.
Yeah, leadership classes. So we want to be here to help you, not just with your continuing education, but learn how to grow your practice into the business you want. And that's what we are.
That's awesome. And did you have your background? I mean, did you have interest in training, or did you just kind of fall into it because you were training your own people and you're like, well, I know there's a whole bunch of people that need this training.
Yeah, I fell into it, Gary. You're right. Up until 2007, we had a single office. I was a sole proprietor, but I found that I was training more and more people every year how to prepare taxes, and we were doing it bilingual with the books half in English and half in Spanish. And I thought, if we want to grow and expand our company, we're going to have to, because I notice in our classes, every once in a while you see a light bulb turn on.
Mm-hmm.
You go, oh, okay. I think that person can be a manager. Yeah. And so right away we discovered a lot of talent and put it to use and grew our company that way.
That's awesome. All right, let's talk about the event. So I think anybody who has been around events, anybody who has taken part in starting an event or owning an event would tell you, don't ever start an event. So,
yeah, I think I'm crazy, to be honest with you.
I was going to say, so clearly you did not listen to that advice and jumped into the pond, the deep end. When was that? When was the first one?
2014.
Okay. Yeah. So we met just shortly after that, because I think it must have been maybe I must have been at like the second or third one. I can't remember, but and it's a great event, and I know it's grown tremendously. So so you were just talking about English and Spanish. So it's called Latino Tax Fest. Is it all in Spanish? I know the answer, but
yeah, no, it's half and half. We have one large classroom in English. We have the vendor exhibitor hallway in the middle, and then the Spanish on the other side. English and then Spanish.
Okay.
And then we call it the marketplace. Then the marketplace in the middle, so that you can get the latest technology. 62% of people who attend these kind of events are there for the new technology. 60% are there to get their education. And then the rest are there just to meet with others, just to network and create and be part of the community that we've evolved into throughout these years.
And the pool party.
Yeah, and the
And
pool
for the pool
party. You know, Gary, that pool party, that was given to us by the Rio when we were at the Rio.
Yeah.
And she told us, our rep said, hey, why don't you guys have a pool party? Bing. That has been our marquee event all these years.
Yeah, absolutely is. It and people flock to it. So let's talk about while you're talking about the sessions and the education, so it's broken down. You got English and I got Spanish track over here. Are the same courses being taught? Just one's in English, one's in Spanish?
Yes, they are, but
Okay.
not at the same time, because some of our speakers are doing both. So
Okay.
you'll get somebody doing, let's say, the QBI, the Form 199A on this side, but they're going to also do it in Spanish, but they're going to do it at a different time. But
Okay.
it's the same exact courses in English that you get in Spanish, and you can get up to 21 hours of continuing education. And we also are very careful to make sure you get the 10 hours of tax updates, 3 hours of tax law, and 2 hours of ethics, plus your other electives, so that you can renew your license in California, or if you're a AFTR, that's an IRS designation now for repairs. So we
Okay.
want to make sure, and also enrolled agents, they have to have at least 10, 3, and 2. And then, so we want to make sure everybody gets the correct hours that they need for.
Okay, so they can come to one event, get all their requirements for the year.
Yeah, plus have a bunch of fun, you know.
Right. Yeah.
On Monday night, we have the meet and greet. You can go out there and meet the speakers and meet your friends. And then Tuesday night, we have the mariachi festival, which we have nachos out there. We have all kinds of really nice stuff. And then, of course, the famous pool party, which I get asked for no matter where I'm at. I can be at an IRS meeting in Washington, D.C., and invariably someone will say, hey, Carlos, why don't you tell us about the pool party? And I go, what about the rest of it? That's a blast.
That's really funny. Yeah, and yeah, no, it's a great event. Again, I think I've probably been to 3 or 4 at least.
At least 3 or 4, yeah.
And have again seen it grow over time. So let's talk a little bit about the educational tracks of and how the content is, I'll call it curated, but how's it broken out?
Well, we have 7 enrolled agents that work for us. And so what we do is we send out surveys to our members and ask, what would you like to see in training? Well, what is it that you feel like you need to learn more about? And so we get various responses. We get all the way from learning how to do a corporation, an S corporation, a partnership, which entity is best for my business. You know, should I be an LLC? Should I be this or that? And those are the real popular courses, and we offer those.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have other people that come in and say, well, why should I put my employees or the people that work for me on payroll? And so we have a payroll class, not teaching payroll, but why you should put them on payroll and have payroll for the people that work for you. So it's tracks all the way across, depreciation, selling a business, buying a business, everything that's in depth into the tax business.
And are those classes more related to, if I, like you just said, selling a business, is it more related to me as a tax professional who wants to sell my practice, or is it more so that I'm educated that I can tell my client, hey, you know what, this is why you want to sell, or this is why you want to buy?
You're right, Gary. We kind of mix up the two in there.
Okay.
Because most of our attendees are tax professionals, and they want to know a little bit more about, how do I sell my business? And then also about succession. Should I do a succession heir? Mm-hmm. Should I sell the assets outright? What are the capital gains going to be on my business? And hopefully you'll have capital gains.
Right.
And then some retirement planning to go in there as well.
Okay. Any other tracks? I think when in the kind of green room, I think you had mentioned maybe marketing.
Yes, and
Is
then
that
we
right?
offer business classes. We get this question all the time. What is marketing? What does that mean? So we've got a specific class on how to market your business, how to brand your business. We have other classes on leadership training for women. 59 to 60% of our members are females between the ages of 30 and 50.
Okay.
And this industry seems to attract women. So we design a lot of our courses for women attendees.
Okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
But now thinking back to it, I mean, that sounds about right. But any anecdotal reason why you think this is attracting more females?
Well, let me tell you, females, they're usually have a family, 2.3 children. They got a husband at home. They usually have two businesses, their tax business and another business, because the tax business isn't enough to sustain them the whole year. The other business works for them after tax season. And what they want is to make their lives easier.
Mm.
And so we market that we will make your life easier. We get a lot of questions too. Social media. What is social media? Why should I, focus on Facebook and Instagram? Yeah. And so we have a course on that. What is social media? Why should you spend time and resources on social media? A lot of mysteries that we uncover.
Yeah, well, that's great. Yeah, we have somebody that kind of runs that for us, and it's something that I don't really want to do myself, but it's critically important. I mean, these are tools. These are tools that can be used, either awareness or business development, combination of the two, or if you want to be, talking head one day, and it builds your street cred, if you will, right?
Right. Billions of people are on that net every day now. It's just incredible.
Absolutely. Any other tracks that are covered?
Well, then also we cover updates. If you want to know what's coming up in the near future, we cover the updates, and then we have the like we talked about earlier, Ask a Tax Pro. We have a couple of tracks where we'll have an enrolled agent or a CPA in there. Ask them your questions. Now's the time. Get those questions answered.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have does the IRS? I know they used to come to the event when I was there. I think they were where you could kind of go and ask the IRS, right?
Right. Yeah. No, the IRS has made us official stakeholder partners with them in 23. Okay. And now they totally support our event, and they do send subject matter experts within the IRS to their events as well as to ours. Right. So you can get it right from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
So to speak. All right. So the key details. When is it?
It's June 16th through the 19th.
Where is it?
It's going to be at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas.
Vegas, baby. And what does it cost?
Right now, the tickets are $449 each. We do have group discounts. We have senior citizen discounts, student discounts, and the prices will be going up here at the end of March. So I highly recommend getting your ticket now.
And then what room rates, or how long is your room block?
Oh, I was just talking about that the other day. I know it's still open right now.
Yeah, trick question, but all right, well, book early, and then you don't have to worry about the room block, right?
Book early, man. Get in there. So, and we have a discount with Southwest Airlines.
Okay.
So if you're going to fly in there, use our link to go to Southwest, and you'll get a discount from Southwest.
Okay, fantastic. And then we talked about the educational tracks. We talked about socials. Hit on those one more time. So you have Monday night, there's just
It's a
kind of
meet
a
and
networking
greet.
social, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's right up there in front of the exhibit hall, or marketplace, as we call it.
Yeah.
And the speakers are going to be there. All your friends that you've met there before will be there. And it's just everybody having a good time. It's a kickoff to the event. And then that's on Monday night. And then on Tuesday, in the same area, we'll have a ballet folklorico out there with a small mariachi group. And then Tuesday night, inside the exhibit hall, the marketplace, we'll have a mariachi concert, 12-piece group that sounds like it's just like a wall of music coming at you.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And
Great.
then on Wednesday night, when the sun starts to go down and it cools off a little, the famous pool party. And we have a salsa band out there. They come from LA, and they're just it's an orchestra also. And you can go out there and you can dance your feet off, jump in the pool,
Yeah.
cool off, come back out. And everybody just loves the pool party.
And what was really funny, I think it was the second year I went to that event. Was that the Rio the second year? Or
The Rio.
Okay, so one of the years, so I brought a friend of mine who speaks Spanish, and again, I was working with Canon. Brought a friend of mine who speaks Spanish, so he could talk to people who were more comfortable, speaking Spanish, at our booth. And in the Uber ride from the hotel or from the airport to the hotel, talking to the driver, and he references that he's in a band, and he does Uber, he's in this band, etc. And then on Wednesday night, we go out to the pool party, and our Uber driver was in the band at
Wow,
I can't
what a
remember what
small
he was,
world.
right? He was playing, I don't know, playing the sax or something. It was pretty
Yeah.
funny. Like Edgar looked at me, he's like, "Hey, you see?"
That's amazing.
It was really funny. But yeah, so the entertainment's great. So highly recommend that as well. Let's touch base real quick on the sponsors. You talked a little bit about the marketplace and
Yeah.
the place to come and find new technology. What kind of technology am I finding? I don't want to get into specific sponsors because you'll forget somebody and then you'll make somebody mad. So generally
We don't wanna do
speaking, what
that.
kind of technology, right? Don't want to do that. What kind of technology are we going to find on the show floor?
I would say if you had to pick a particular demographic, it would be software.
Mm-hmm.
There's different software providers there for tax preparation, sales tax preparation, your auditing preparation. So there's a lot of software out there. And then there's people like you, when you used to go selling Canon, they're selling office supplies. We used to have Office Depot, but they scaled back on their traveling. We have franchisors out there to sell you a franchise. We're out there to help you get your continuing education, more continuing education, learn corporations, partnerships, and then we have various other. We even have some people out there giving chair massages if you need a chair massage.
Right.
So yeah, we have about I think last year we had about 100 different exhibitors out there from different industries, and yeah, you're gonna learn a lot out there. Hopefully, you get to meet at least everybody once.
Right. Yeah, and again, having been there, it's a great event from all perspective that I can tell. I've never really sat through the educational component of it, but that's your core and that's your root. So I'm going to assume that is good. Again, people keep coming back, so it must be good. Before we wrap up, I know historically, and again, we didn't talk about this in the green room, but you also had some other events that you did in local markets, some other trainings. Is that still something that's part of your business model?
Yes, it is. Thanks for asking about that. Yeah, we do a 2-day seminar in Anaheim, which is Southern California. It's actually the place that we go to is across the street from Disneyland. We do another 2-day training in San Diego, California. And then Houston, we do a training there, a 2-day training. And then we also do a 2-day training in Harlingen, Texas, in the Valley. In the past, we've done one in Miami and we did one in Orlando, but those have been a little cost adverse for us. So we're staying
Okay.
closer to home. But yeah, we do
Gotcha.
some regional events, and of course we do webinars. And we do we have an extensive calendar of webinars. Our most popular one is the 3-day corporations and partnership webinar, and then on that you can have an optional 1 day of a brief training of bookkeeping. It's called Bookkeeping for Tax Professionals. So
Okay.
those of you that aren't CPAs and you want to understand how the balance sheet works, how the P&L works on these returns, we have a 6-hour training on that. So yeah, if you go to our website, you'll see we have extensive other trainings available as well.
Great. And excellent. I'm glad you mentioned that about accounting. Do you cover accounting at Latino Tax Fest as well?
We do have a breakout session. We
Okay.
have it's a short snippet. I mean, we have to tell people, look, if you're going to learn accounting, you're not going to get it at one of these shows. You're
Right.
going to have to actually go to college or go to a junior college, but we'll give you the training that you need just to get you started.
Yeah, to kind of understand the high level, right? Give a good high level.
Yeah, high level.
All right. Anything that we missed? So we got the date is June the 16th through the 19th. It's in Las Vegas at the MGM. 3 great socials. The educational tracks, pretty much you said for CTEC, IRS, you can get your full annual requirements at one event for
Right.
one cost, right?
Yeah, what we do is, most of these events will have different classrooms spread around the whole area there. And you got to make sure you get your correct amount of tax law updates and ethics. What we do instead is you go into the room and we bring the instructors to you. So all you got to do is sit there, listen, and learn.
That's great. That's super helpful for people, right? Because that way I know I'm done. I don't have to track it the rest of the year. I don't have to worry about it. Put it on your calendar, June the 16th through 19th. Maybe you go out there the 14th, maybe you stay till the 21st or so. Take a little personal time as well, right?
Yeah.
And recover from the pool party. So
Yeah.
Carlos, it was great catching up. Thank you so much just for taking some time out and just sharing what's going on with yourself, Latino Tax Pro, and the Latino Tax Fest.
Well, thank you very much for inviting us. It's truly an honor. Thanks.
Absolutely. Great to see you again.